for sure. Shit is so political.
Hopefully me.
We live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We rolling. It's your boy Reposado, bro, aka Leon Sanders, and you are now tuned into It's Fucking Political. To the left and to the right, got some great people in the room. So if you next up, state your name and talk your shit.
Balinese, aka Liddy G, in the building.
It's Fucking Political. Flatbush Finest, Prince of Flatbush. Here we go.
Okay.
Alright, you already know the author.
Yeah.
His book on Amazon, Dating is a Gamble.
Go get it.
Tony Dre, 605. That Dre is D-R-A-Y. You know, gotta actually shout out to the actually new clothing line emblem.
Always
for
Us.
Always Us. You know, got it right here. Big emblem dead on.
Yeah, it's live. Yo, happy birthday to you, though, bro.
Oh,
happy
appreciate
birthday,
it.
bro.
Appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday!
How old are you now?
39th year around the sun.
Ooh.
How's it
Touching
feel?
40, baby.
How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels like more of a you know, step up to the table kind of age now. It's like, you know, I see the grades, you know, you gotta see what's next on the board for me. Obviously, you know, the offspring, you know, building new businesses, you know, new lanes. Actually, about to do things with stuff that I've been had. You know, having the right people around me. You know, over time, you know, just make you just actually go into a different lane, and you start to feel like why, you know, the winners be in lane 4 and lane 5, because you know that's what you're gonna win at.
I like that. You kind of touched on something though. You saying you mentioned about having the right people in your corner. Like, how important is that to you? You know, to a person's journey.
Extremely important, you know, because like, you know, my main thing, you know, I feel like, you know, in my years are coming up, I can't say that the people that are around me, you know, I can't say that they've always thought on certain levels that other people that I've been around, you know, as I got older, have been on. Like, you know, like I see, like with the traveling, like I feel that, you know, as a team and as a unit, you know, being around, you know, the crew that I'm with now, you know, they think more about traveling. And then now in like business, it's like now I got people around me that, you know, now when the conversations start to come up, people start learning different things, and they're like, okay, all right, we can make this move, we can make that move. You know, like it was something that I had for years. We have somebody on the team that actually was like, yo, you know, you got so many extensive years in this, like purchasing, you know, things in our field is gonna be easy for you.
Right.
So, you know, like it's mainly about actually how you can actually get that sleeping money.
Right, yeah. You want to get that passive income.
You know, I got something that's giving the passive income right now, but I want something else that actually is doing it just the same way. And you know, when one starts and it starts to build up a little something, I'm loving the fact that now I got the people around me and the actual income coming in at the same time, where I can say, okay, this one's starting. Now it's time to get this one started. So
that's very important. Like, it's very important to learn like who to have with you. It's just like we get into a phase where you think you want to take everybody, but everybody can't go with you.
Yeah,
everybody can't go. And that's what you really gotta understand. 'Cause it's like certain people around you for a season, and it's like if you realize, like, just take a look at your life and realize like you be at your highest points, and those people you think are supposed to be there, they're not there, and you kind of feel away, but they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah. I think I've seen just recently, just like having conversations with like post and stuff like that, that it's not responding well to when you decide to ghost a friend maybe that you've been with for a long time or been friends for a long time. They don't receive it well, but it's just like at the end of the day, you may not receive it well, but I'm doing what's best for me right now. Exactly. You know, I'm doing what I need to do so that I can, you know, evolve and like exceed in life. And you know, sometimes I feel like you get shown for it. I have a friend that had the same issue, like as far as like, you know, cutting people off and just like, you know, I'm just on a different wave. Like what they're doing is not something that I want to do.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, now he feels a little bit more remorse for it. He's just like, you know, they think that I'm a bad guy because I didn't want to be around him. But it's like, I'm not a bad person. I'm just evolving in life. You know, and then like it's coming to that higher acceptance of like, this is who I am and not to regret those decisions either, you know. And I feel like it's a constant conversation about, should I be in a relationship or should I not be in a relationship? You know, for me, anybody that I've cut off as a friend is done for me. Like, and it was a reason why. And even when I go back and just kind of think about it, like maybe I can mend this. I go back to all the reasons why. It may have been that one situation that broke the camel's back, like the couple came back, but it was multiple situations that happened over the course of the friendship that we decided to let go. And we got so used to letting shit go and normalizing our friends just being themselves. That's fine, but that don't mean you gotta be that person in my life, you know? But we have normalized, or like, that's just who that person is. That's just what they do, but does that make that shit okay? Absolutely not.
See, I think what's important too is understanding who you can use for business and who you could just use for like associates. Cause it's like, you know, you have some friends and you think, you know what, well maybe we cool, maybe I could pull them in a business. But then it's like y'all get in the business and shit go left. And it's like certain people just, you know, but you also got people that you can use for both. But you have to really.
But you have to know the difference between, I feel like there's three. There's friends, there's acquaintances, and there are associates. Right. Just because I hang around somebody doesn't necessarily, that don't necessarily mean that they're a friend. I might hang out and go to dinner with a person, go to a party with a person, but that doesn't necessarily make them a friend. I think that the friend word sometimes may be used too loosely, opposed to it being like being okay. Like I introduce somebody as a homegirl. If I say homegirl and I don't say friend, that means she's just that. She's one of my homies, but she's not my friend. You know what I mean?
Right. And you know what's crazy too? Like I always have conversation with them. I'm like, yo, listen, we go to events and we go to trips, and like, you know, we put together to get bottle packages and go places. I'm like, listen, we can put together and get this business. Like let's also do that. Like, you know, going out having that fun is great, but listen, like let's get this money so we can live, you know, so we can have fun and you know, live a good life. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes it can be more of an associate that you can go into. I feel like all my business transactions have been with more people that I'm just cool with, not necessarily friends. I've done both. I've done the friends, I've done the family, and I've done like the associates. Hi, come
What's
on.
up, y'all?
Hey, thank you for coming.
Part of my tardiness.
That's all right. Have a seat. Talking about friendships over here.
Shout out to my friends for not being here right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at 7 o'clock so I could be on time for this one.
That's all.
It's 8 now, it ain't late.
Got the homie Hollywood Dice in the building. He just pulled up. You know what I mean?
What's going on?
You know, tell the people a little bit, you know, about the movement.
Alright, well, I go by the name of Hollywood Dice. I do music, you know what I mean? Art, paint, all of that. Creative. I seen y'all on Instagram and I tuned in or whatever, and I'm like, oh, they be out here talking about, you know what I mean? I'm actually working on a tape called Let's Talk About It. So I was trying to jump on every podcast, every interview to really like just, you know, just to talk about different topics, different subjects, so people get an idea like how my mind works. You feel me? Just like,
for sure.
So I wanted to come through and see what y'all was chopping up about, you know?
Say we chopping up about business, friendship, like involving your friends and businesses or associates or people that you know and what that dynamic looks like.
Okay.
And he bought the Migos, so shout out to him.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie, my mama gave me this. I told her I was about to go do a podcast. She was like, yeah, take this to me, level out.
That's what's up.
Find out small ones.
We got cups and ice and all that, so
Okay.
yeah, you know, I mean, we here just chopping it.
As far as the business thing goes, you know, but on that side, I'll come to the conclusion this shit is like black people running. Like, you know, if you see me running and I run past you, your main thought should be like, what he running for? Let me run with the same way he going. No, that's how I'm looking at business right now. Like, yo, some people you gotta actually, they gotta see it. You know, they gotta see the wave. Cause I in one of my businesses, of course, with my book, a lot of people didn't see the wave in the beginning. A lot of people's like, yo, you ain't never wrote no book. You ain't never been no writer.
So how you gonna be? How you gonna be a successful author? Right.
And it's like, yo, I was like, I'm gonna pull it off. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna find the people that I need to actually build what I need, and I'm gonna actually do it differently. You know what? It shouldn't all come from my ideas. Right? Let me hear other people's opinions about what I'm putting forward, and then when slowly but surely, you know, when I started to put it together, people start to see, oh wow, it's a rough draft to this.
Now it's coming together.
Wow, this actually.
But some people have to see that. Like not everybody's meant to be a leader, a boss, or a manager, or an entrepreneur. That's why everybody has workers too. And even like your friends like that, sometimes they need to see it. And what it does is it inspires them. It inspires them to get on the entrepreneur wave. So like for me, I had my friend, one of my best friends like that. Like she had to see me in my business and to work in my business with me in order to go and do her own thing. And the same way with some of my friends, like some people just have to work for somebody else for a certain amount of time and see their friends growing and doing different things to get that motivation, because you got a lot of like, and I know I have a lot of friends that suffer with like doubt, you know, or like overthinking shit and like trying to figure shit out. They need to see their friends doing it in order for them to get on that wave. And since I've been in entrepreneurship, I have seen 5 of my friends turn to entrepreneurship just in the past year.
Yeah, that's a plus, because you know they seen you running with it, and now they running right behind you. It's like, yo, you know what? It can be done.
And they don't have to be there with, like they don't have to be in your business. Like, I just feel like not every friendship needs to be like, I fuck with my friends, but we don't necessarily have to run businesses together. You know, we can partner and we can collaborate together on different things and different projects, which I feel like I have done with my friends. Like, do a pop-up shop. Like, I want all y'all to come and sell y'all stuff. I do a podcast. I want y'all, let me advertise y'all businesses like on my podcast. So there's a way of promoting and working with your friends like that without necessarily having to work with them, because business can get really tricky with friends.
Business can get nasty.
It get nasty and it can ruin a friendship. Like,
it's that sense of entitlement. Like, oh, I'm your man, so you're supposed to. I'm trying to handle business.
But being that, you know, you're in the music lane, do you feel the same way as far as, like, you know, people supporting you from the ground?
Well, I feel like it's like as far as like friends, I feel like it's a little tricky because, you know, you might go do a show or you get in love on the gram or whatever. So your friends is like but then it's kind of like I'm accessible, so they gonna see me. So it's not the same support that you would get from like an outside.
From outside.
You know what I'm saying? But so that's why it can be a little confusing because like your friends is gonna show up, but then it's like, are you really jacking this, or it's because you my mans or whatever the case may be?
But those strangers be the most supporters of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm gonna say this line best way possible. You think Jeff Bezos got billions off his friends? Billions off his family?
Nah, strangers. Jeff Bezos getting millions off of me. Nigga, I'm on Amazon every day.
He don't know you. But he gonna be like, yo, you a great supporter. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yo, I can tell you my Amazon shit. It's crazy.
Like, shit's still sitting in your fucking cart right now.
Yeah, I got shit saved. Nigga.
I got Amazon Prime, I didn't even know I had it. Like,
Yo, exactly. I ain't paying for Prime. So,
I just got them. You know what's crazy? That shit's crazy. I just got them to give me a net 30. Like, literally, like, talk to Amazon. Like, I got too much shit from here. Y'all just didn't send me one invoice at the end of the month. Like, let me just buy all the shit I want for 30 days. Y'all send me one big invoice at the end of the month, and that's it. And it's crazy because, like, a lot of business to business transactions, like, it's really just, like, opening up your mouth and just being like, this is not working for me. I'm spending too much money weekly buying shit. Let me figure out another time to help with like accounting purposes, stuff like that. So literally, some of these big companies that you would think they cannot oblige to you definitely can. Like, love B2B, like business to business transactions. It's like, what's up?
No, that's a fact. That's definitely.
I don't think in the friendship world, I think it's y'all just gotta know how to talk. Like, for instance, my best friend, she was my operations manager. Before we get on the phone, when we get on the phone, business to personal. So we know where to lead the conversation, and we did that every day. Every day, we're just like, we talking personal shit or we talking business shit, and just finding that like dividing line of what we can speak of, what we gonna speak about, and we gonna stay on topic, and then that's it. Business, we had IT. She cursed me out one day, like, you running a hostile environment. I'm like, not really. I'm just telling you to do your job.
I'm definitely still in that. As soon as I pick up the phone, yo, what we talking about?
Business or yeah, because you have to, like, because it crosses one another, especially if it's somebody who's mad close to you. Me and my best friend is like this, so for her to come onto my business and start working for me, it was a transition for us, because it's like, now I'm telling you what to do, I'm critiquing you, I'm doing all this shit, and then of course she looking at me like, bitch, who you talking to?
Right.
You know? But it's just like, I had to come with that first, because like, I can't treat you no different than I treat anybody else, but I still in the back of my mind, like, this is my best friend, so it's just like, I still gotta be somewhat, like, I ain't gonna say timid, but I feel like the way I speak to her and the way I have to speak to everybody else still had to be different. I did have to cater my approach too, you know. So it's just like, it's understanding that fine line. But then it's like, once we had one of them serious conversations, I'm just like, when we get on the phone talking about business, that personal shit is out the window. Like, if that's what we're talking about, that's what we're talking about. And it took us arguing, like, I'd rather save the friendship. I'm just gonna quit. I'm like, you don't have to quit. Just know that there's a fine line, and we just gotta stay on that line. And I'm like, and I'll honestly, like, I did this to help you, but you're getting paid $25 an hour. So how are you helping me? You're helping yourself, sis. So like, like, you're getting paid. You're not doing shit for free. So you're an employee. So we have to stay on that way. But I think you can work with your friends. Y'all just gotta be able to set them boundaries. Just like, which one is it? Hold on, personal shit or text. Like, I got some personal shit to tell you to call me. You know.
So it's also having friends that know how to play their role, because you get in positions with people, and like, for example, it's like basketball shit. It's like, you be on a team and everybody want to be Mike. Like, nobody want to be Steve Kerr or be Pippen or be Rodman. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know what? If I'm not the man, it's a fucking problem. And I think that's the issue.
I seen a meme that said, if my friend got the jump shot, I'm throwing it to them. Let them just go ahead and get it, and my time will come.
You score, like, I don't like.
Yeah,
I
and I think that was like the analogy she used. Like, I'm gonna throw my friend the alley-oop and let them score because I know my time is gonna come later. But if they already got it, I'm gonna feed into and I'm gonna pour into them and let them get it. And when they are on top, they gonna look out for me.
Facts.
Man, speaking of that, like my friend is my photographer, so it's like he not here, and it's because that's my man. I'ma come out. Like, but if we handling business, it's like, bro, I need you here at 8. Not to throw him under the bus or whatever. But I'm just it just goes to show like business and
that
personal.
happens. Yeah,
Listen,
that happens.
but I'm gonna go a little sidebar. Like I'm just having a little drink. Somebody left the dumbest comment on our YouTube page. They said our chairs in here is too noisy. And they can't watch the show. That shit was so fucking stupid.
Like, rock?
Like they said, yo, but they were just like, yo, listen, I can't watch the show no more because y'all chairs is too noisy.
I low-key was just thinking about that just now when I was like moving.
I'm trying to think, like, is it like,
I be rocking too, though.
Noisy? I mean, we rocking, but listen, our chairs is too noisy. You can't watch the show no more. Yeah, you bugging. Like that shit makes no sense.
That mean you're nah. Get out of here.
I had to just shout him out. I mean, I deleted that comment. You know what I mean?
I did want because it's Dre's birthday and we were just talking about like all these different transitions and stuff like that. I would love for everybody to just kind of just speak on like they latest birthday and how it has transformed from when you was younger to how you spend your birthdays like now. We gonna start over there with the birthday boy. Or Phil, we can go around.
Okay, so, obviously when I was younger, you know, it was more about gifts, you know, being, you know, smaller and being less mature. But now, my number one thing is every time my birthday come around, I want to see my passport get stamped. It gotta be somewhere where I'm going. You know, and you know, if it can't be 100% the actual out of the country trip, I want something that would be in the country that would be lit. Something someplace I haven't been. Something I haven't.
So what was your latest birthday before you got to that space? Like what was it? Like what was the one that was just like, yo, if I can get that birthday back and all the shit that went down on that birthday, your most memorable one. Like get it right there. The most memorable one. So I know what you want to do now, but I want to know how old you was and what your most memorable birthday was. Ooh. And you probably don't remember. I want to hear about the shit you halfway remember.
Oh, the littest one was Vegas. Ooh, that was
how
like
old?
29.
How old? 29?
29.
Okay.
Even though I didn't even get a chance to, it was a relationship take to Vegas. But when I went and seen the vibe and then had the amazing fun time and all that, it was just like first of all, first day, I touched down, hit it.
Wait, it was a couple trip?
It was actually an ex-girlfriend that took me to Vegas.
Okay.
That's why I was so lit.
No, it was already pussy there funny. So yo, as soon as I set foot in the hotel, I was like, yo, I'm hitting on the slot machine. Y'all put I put $1 in the dollar machine and pull that shit one time. $250 start the trip off right then and there. I was like, yo, Vegas love me. That was it. I was like, yo, ooh.
Did you engage in the prostitution?
No, actually, you know what's the crazy shit? Yo, because you know I'm a talkative person. Yo, no matter who's on whatever level, I could be talking to a Rhodes Scholar, I could be talking to the bottom of the scum, and it's like, yo, I was actually vibing with the prostitutes and actually asking them questions.
You was getting to learn about them.
Yo, I was learning shit. They was like, yo, you can't do shit on the strip. So if you about to get this money or you about to get this pussy, you gotta go inside the hotel, just front a little bit. But if you do it directly outside, the police book you. And I'm like, that don't make no sense. So you telling me we going Dowell? And then that's it? Like the police don't fuck with you? She's like, yeah. Then let alone I learned, like, ain't no difference when you in Vegas. You don't know who the fuck is a prostitute. You don't know who the fuck is a regular chick out there. And, you know, that's another place that I honestly gotta say, women don't give a fuck. They be on some, you with a girl?
Even when you go on a girl trip, you don't give a fuck.
I mean, yo, you know what?
You go on a girl trip, you don't give a fuck.
I don't see it. You know, I didn't see it that way. It looked like a lot of girl trip shit. But I had a little situation where, you know, me and the ex, you know, we was about to take a picture. We take it, and then 4 girls pulled up. Oh, we'll take the picture for you. So the one girl got the picture, yo, but the other 3 are kind of in my eyesight, but they ain't in the girlfriend's eyesight, and they sitting there like, and I was like, damn, y'all is a good fuck. Yeah,
You should have just took
that's
one.
Vegas. And I learned that Cali women, when they go to Vegas, they don't like Cali men. They
Cali
can't
is so
talk to them.
overrated.
Like
Yeah.
West Coast women, they get to a point where they just like, we just don't want no
It's so
motherfuckers from over
so
here.
No, and thank you. I'm glad somebody said it. Everyone's so pressed to go to Cali.
I bet California every time. That shit's trash.
Cali trash.
I like Cali.
Now Phil, come on. Come on with
it's
this lit
fun-
birthday.
It's fun if you're doing other stuff
Yo.
catching the pop. I get it. You know what I mean? We're doing other things, but
To me, I'm not really big on birthdays. Honestly, though. I'm not big on birthdays. Have you
Even when
picked
you
me
were
up?
younger?
Nah, I wasn't really big on birthdays. Like, the most little shit really when Will threw me a surprise party.
okay, let's go.
Oh,
How
okay.
What time?
Let's go.
What
Let's go.
That shit.
That shit?
time?
Damn, that's your
But I'm
first
not really
surprise
big on
party?
birthdays. Like,
Oh,
I'm,
you know.
How long you have been friends? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, we're relevant to do a surprise party. I'm not really big on
A
birthdays.
couple years, but yeah,
And how was that?
It was good. It was lit. I was surprised, but I'm not really a surprise person, but they surprised me though.
like
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really a
That's
birthday
love,
person.
that's
Like,
love.
take her to dinner and that's it. I'm good. Like, but I'm more open for somebody else's party.
yeah,
My own shit.
yeah.
Real shit, though.
I ain't gonna lie.
If somebody say they pot, like, yo, will you let me out? But my
Yeah,
birthday, I'm
yeah,
like, nah.
Feel me like
Regular.
that. Yeah, feel me like that.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's just
What
me.
was yours?
First of all, shout out to him though. Man. My man said he touched down to Vegas. He hit the slot. Then he getting free game from the hoes. Like,
He was
that
lit.
was crazy. That's, I always not gonna top that. But see, like if the fine lit, because if you mean like getting drunk
Like,
and
no, like for like something that was so memorable, whether it was like you with your friends, you not remembering stuff, maybe you took some shit.
Alright, so I'm gonna give go left field. So I must have been like 6 or 7.
What?
I definitely don't remember. Let me tell you though. Let me tell you why I was lit though. Let me tell you, I might have been younger than that. So
My son was back with
So my family, I don't know, like I guess I'm like the chosen one or some shit, right? So we at the table, like a big table, it's a bunch of kids. It's on camera. Like I'm not speaking from memory. This is like actual footage, like on a VCR. So I'm at the head of the table. I'm just the birthday boy. I'm sitting with I guess my girlfriend at the time, whatever.
You had a girlfriend
And
with
then-
chicks?
Well, you know how they, it's like boy, they make the girls sit while you like probably my next door neighbor.
your phone number?
We wasn't doing that, you feel me? But so the thing that I felt was like pretty cool about it was that they had the kids line up and each come and say happy birthday to me, shake my hand, give me a hug. Like it was like a whole line around the table. So I'm watching this video like, yo, who do y'all think I am? Like, so you feel me? So I feel like that was like, even though I don't remember, that's
Made you feel like a young
super
king.
lit. Yeah, like I
King,
was
though, yeah.
that was some like king shit. And then if we talking about like older, like all these birthdays is the same, like, you know, drinks, weed, fun,
Yeah.
turn up, put on a fly outfit,
Go.
take a picture for the
That's
gram.
New York shit. That's-
Like-
What was yours, bro?
I mean, no cap, I ain't gonna lie, like, I done had like wild lady birthdays in many places, like we done been travel for
AC,
birthdays.
right?
And turn
Right.
up. I ain't gonna lie, like yo, like no lie, like my last year birthday was the most fire birthday I ever had in my
Bananas.
life. Like no lie, like
The Halloween part?
yeah.
Oh, well, I was
Because
there.
it's
I
like-
was drunk as fuck.
It's just like yo,
I did
for the
that.
fact that
I broke my
think,
knees
like,
that
yo,
night.
like guys be like you said, like how he said and how you know how Dice feel. You know, like, you know, guys don't really put a lot of us. It's my birthday. It's
Yeah,
come
man.
get drink, get fly.
Yeah.
But like for somebody to go out their way and throw a whole surprise party for you, and you
That's-
don't know.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I never had one. Like
Right.
somebody that I love and,
Yeah.
and like, all my people around me and we got lit. That shit was just like I ain't gonna lie, like that's the best.
You about to cry?
I mean, I'm proud of inside.
Bro, it was your birthday. You cried.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
wasn't.
you know,
Right.
And I'm gonna go on record saying, yo, as a person that was present,
Yeah.
that shit was a movie.
Nah,
Yeah, it was
that shit was
fun.
fine. Like, that shit was
I was
Bro,
little
shout-
Kim.
Bro was surprised. He was like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck?
yo, I had
That nigga knew about this shit.
no fucking idea, like, yo, like, my love.
And he had on the Pimp Daddy outfit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to
Fucking
Big.
back daddy.
Shout out to
yeah.
Big Me.
He had
Shout
the
out to
bro,
Big
the
You know what I'm saying?
silk shirt on,
Where are
the
the
bell
pics?
bottoms
Where are
and
the
shit.
pics?
He had the
Yeah.
That nigga was Mac, like he was a Mac daddy.
Shout out to my baby. It's loud.
Aw.
Part 2 might be loaded. We'll keep y'all posted.
Hey.
Yeah, pop out. I mean, it's always more fun to celebrate the homies' birthdays, in my opinion. Like,
My 30th birthday was everything for me. Like it was like I had a Harlem 1930s party and I had it in Harlem and it was I think it's the same way you was just feeling or whatever because I mean I'm not from here. all my family flew out. All my friends. I had family from Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Mississippi. Like my entire family flew to New York for this birthday party, and it was just for that one day because I took a solo trip to Barbados the next day, so I had a great time just experiencing Saturday. Just with my family and friends, just everybody being there, along with like the people that I met in New York, and I just felt so much like love in the room, and to see like all of my family from another city just kind of mingle with like all of the people that I know in New York, and like it was like everybody was in costume and shit like that. Like everybody had on like literally it looked like Harlem Nights in there. It was Harlem, yeah. It was Harlem Nights, and then my mom got up and like gave a speech, had me in there crying and shit, like fucking in my makeup, and then I got really really drunk. And I made it to the airport though. Like I got my ass to JFK, and I went to Barbados by myself for a week, and it was just like so like peaceful and serene. I'm just like, this is every fucking day.
I'm even put this on record. I'm doing a solo trip. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna pull it off, but
you gonna meet people there. Like I ain't never been on a solo trip where I didn't engage with other people. Cause there's a lot of people who do it surprisingly, and they be on resorts by themselves. And then for me, you think about I always stay on a resort somewhere. So like in St. Lucia and in Barbados, when I tell you the men on the resort, even the women on the resort, they so fucking friendly. Like even the women, like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like they kept coming by me. Even the men, you think the men would be the ones that would be on there, but the women that work on the resorts are just as flirtatious as the men that work on the resort. So you low key ain't even gotta leave the resort. You can go on a solo vacay and you will be fine the whole time. They gonna come give you room service, baby.
No, my main thing, I'm saying, you know, for my next one, I think I want to do something more educational, you know, on my vacation. So it's gonna be
you
like.
go on an excursion.
You know, yeah, I'm like, I want to do something like excursion, but I'm talking about like going across the Atlantic, you know, do something like, you know, on the continent, you know, and actually, you know, do something more of learning, especially for the 40th. The 40th, I'm about to put this in the air. Egypt is on deck.
You know, I thought we was going to Lagos, bro.
You go on tour.
You know, I think we could do Nigeria and Ghana kind of on the regular tip, but like for the 40th though.
Yeah, 40th is a big
Egypt was
birthday.
nice.
Nah, 40 is different. Yo, you gotta start planning from now.
Yeah.
Our India trip got canceled right before.
Yeah, that was, but I took the money from my Indian trip and took my black ass to Paris for a week by myself.
I got the money back. We went somewhere else, but it wasn't India.
I had already planned on going with. So they canceled our India trip for middle of COVID, but I was like, this is a sign we were supposed to go there anyway. However, I have already thought that I was going on vacation this week, so that shit ain't stopping. Switch them flights.
I was scared.
I'm going to Paris.
Exactly.
I had a good time too. Like I went to Paris and I went to London and I had a good ass time. I got fat. I ate. It was
I'm so jealous because I ain't been nowhere. I don't like being on planes for too long.
It wasn't. Oh no, you gotta take some. You gotta take a muscle relaxer, take you an edible or something like that, and chill the fuck out. Yeah.
Edibles help.
Man, bro, I sit in that plane seat too. I start getting nervous. My ears be hurting when they about to land. Oh look, my friends.
Hey
y'all.
Hi. So I think you have to watch what it is. I took an edible last year on the way to Dallas, and I was fucked up. I was just like, get me off this plane. I'm fucking floating and shit. Like I started tripping.
Yeah, that's what I would be afraid of. Like I don't want to be there.
I started tripping because I'm just like, and I forgot who gave it to me. I think it was Howard who gave it to me. And I was just like, what is happening right now? Like I literally was in my seat. Just
you gotta just go to sleep.
I was just like, something ain't working. No, I was sleeping. I woke up out my sleep thinking we was on fucking Final Destination or some shit. Like I was tripping. Like I was dead ass. I had to go to the bathroom and just sit there for a second.
Yo, like you would never live your life. You scared to fly.
Yeah.
No. I ain't scared to fly. I don't like on that plane for too long.
Nobody don't, but
2-3 hours cool. But you talking about 6, 18 going to. That's just a lot.
But see, if you going across the Atlantic and you going across the Pacific,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so
just try not to knock this.
I mean, yeah, because I want to travel and experience all of that, but it's like I wish it was another way. Like,
yeah. So
No, you good.
on to one of our additional topics for today. We in our group just got we was taking a look at something that Just Hilarious said about how women, we never get caught cheating. But it's because we are, you know, a lot more smooth and slick with it that we'll never get caught. But men always get caught because it's ideal for a woman to go through a man's phone, but it's not necessarily ideal for a man to go through a woman's phone. So I just, what do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like we do? I'm gonna be completely transparent. Yes, we can cheat and get away with it easier. I've never been caught.
But why?
I've never been caught.
Why?
Why you think we can get away with it?
Yeah.
Because we not messy with it. Like, whereas, like, me and y'all always do something kind of, I ain't gonna say every man, but just from my experience, I've dealt with a lot of stupid. I know a lot of men, they
Nah, ain't no
always,
backseats.
okay, go back to they always get caught. And, you know, and we, you know, with women, we usually can forgive cheating or whatever like that, but it's just like, if we can, I can't forgive it like 7 times now, nigga. It's like now you ODing, like you going a little overboard with it now. But like they always, I was with that man for 4 years. I ain't never get caught.
So
He got caught every time.
it's fair to say that women are more sneaky, right?
Yes.
Which
We're
would
no,
then
I'm
equate
not
to
gonna
me
say
say that
sneaky,
women
I'm
are more
going to say
filthy.
smarter.
Oh, smarter.
Smarter. We're
So
smarter.
we agree that y'all cheat better, get away with it.
Yeah, but we only really cheat after a product of y'all cheating. To be honest,
Listen, she said no.
She said we was cheating first.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. I think that we
she
cheat
definitely
after y'all
said
cheat.
Right, fact, yeah.
And we just don't want to cheat. No, she definitely said that
first.
shit. We was already cheating, so little do you know, nigga, you cheating back. But I think we had talked about it on the episode, and y'all was in y'all feelings when I said we always have a nigga in our back pocket somewhere, and we just like be forgetting that he's in there. Roll the jeans on the top, and we forget that he back there.
I'm about that one though. We talking about? Listen, it ain't no.
Because we was really laughing.
That one was really good.
That one was funny. Because we don't even be knowing that they be there. Okay.
All right,
But
so-
as soon as you fuck up, we know we want to grab them jeans and that nigga back up.
This is the shit that women do. First of all,
Yo,
what women do,
Fuck your shit, Drake.
women
Shit, man.
This
target
nigga scarred anyway.
men. Alright, say whatever. Yo, women target men that they already know that's not gonna snitch on them. They look for the dude, they prep them and primp them to make sure, yo, you ain't gonna never snitch on me. You ain't gonna never come by this house. You already know if you get in your feelings, that means that's the end of the pussy for you. They target these motherfuckers, yo. And yo,
Like, that's not true.
they shit ain't like the first 48.
Until
You know?
you piss them
Yo,
off.
then you pissed them off. Alright, they shit
Then
ain't
they
like the
coming to me
first
as a
48.
woman.
They shit is like cold case. When motherfuckers find out fucking 10, 15 years from now, yo, this bitch was fucking.
It'd be the worst.
No, you
never know.
I
She
think
be
it
on-
happened.
She be
Let
fucking
you
the
borrow
dude
some
up
money
the
from her.
block.
I bet you she trick on your ass. Let you borrow some money from her. You ain't pay her ass back. Then she comes to you as a woman like, look, sis, I don't want to step on no toes, but this is what I was doing, and I'm just like, well, bitch, you knew he had a
No,
girl. He
I mean,
he owed us some
I
money.
feel like women take pride in that too, though. It's
Yo,
like,
but
yeah,
women-
like I'm
You know,
your
no.
nigga.
You know what? You know what women do?
They do.
Because women want validation no matter what. They gonna want to go on your gram and like the picture with y'all two together. Look at y'all, look so cute. They send that shit to you in the DM, but in the back of their mind, they
That shit, you know what's crazy? That shit is toxic because that has happened to me. But in my mind, this is a competition thing. She came to me with this shit like, oh yeah, I've been fucking your nigga, but he ain't going nowhere, so now what? Now what? She came to me, but that's how I was with it though. Like I didn't want to break up with him because I didn't want to get a bitch satisfaction. That's when that competition comes in. So
That's
he's
crazy.
probably wrong. He's absolutely wrong for fucking with this girl. She had receipts, facts, everything. But I still was like, I'm not. And I think it was psychologically, it was just like I ain't gonna let this light skinned bitch one up me neither. You better go somewhere with your little light ass.
And then you're
like,
not even thinking about how this
I'm
man
not
feels.
thinking that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's fucked
See,
up.
but
That's
you know
what I'm
what
saying.
the
It's
man
very,
should've
very
said?
toxic.
Oh,
It's
y'all
toxic.
y'all both here?
No.
How about this poly
No.
shit? Both of y'all get you a wife, you a wife. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Because women, we are competitive as well. So you don't think that he gonna be done when I'm done with him. But if you thought you was finna take him from me, even if I can't stand this nigga, I'm gonna make sure I keep him right here, pissed off, as mad as hell. But you ain't gonna get him because I ain't done with him yet.
And not for nothing, that's the gift from the girl. I have a lot of female friends. So it's like, what you saying is like, that's
all. Like, I'm just saying, like,
it's
yeah, because
crazy.
we don't want, like, granted, we might be hurt because of what the person did, but I can't get her the satisfaction of thinking that she got
I be
one up
feeling
on
bad
me.
for these men,
Like,
bro.
you cannot get one up on me, and it's fucked up. That shit toxic because it's like it should be like fuck both y'all, but it's not.
You
Yeah,
gotta win.
yeah. I gotta win.
Yo, so that goes back to what Aldo was saying. So it is toxic.
I'm talking about my former life.
You gotta.
I have evolved.
Oh, hey,
Yo, she like Homer Simpson. She retired from the plant.
I think I told y'all. I said, y'all inspire me so much. I'm gonna stop being a scumbag. I was serious.
Yeah, y'all got me ready to fly and
I don't
shit.
believe you yet, though. I don't believe you yet. Though.
I am totally
We'll
not.
see.
Yeah.
2022.
Right.
But yo,
I'm
alright,
inspired.
so let me ask this question on the women's side of the table, right? Alright, so y'all don't feel that when it comes down to cheating, and obviously I'm not saying that you are a cheater, but I know that if you haven't, sure enough, you've been around a homegirl that done told you they greasy ass stories.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel like women prey on these men to know what man ain't gonna put me out there? The man that's not gonna snitch, and I'm gonna get what I want out of him, and it'll never be a problem that my man will ever find out. Because I do feel like men, we are nonchalant. It's either we nonchalant,
I like what she said about stupid.
Yeah, we ain't bright. We ain't bright.
Niggas ain't too smart. Niggas
Yo, we gonna cheat with your girl next door.
Wait,
Next door, like.
No. You know what I feel?
You're saying that we
I feel
go
they're
out
better
with
at
your
cheating
man?
with the motherfucker
Yeah.
closer.
But you're looking for a guy.
Oh, you said that we go
Isn't going
out
to
a weaker man.
snitch.
Alpha male.
Not a weaker male. Not a
No,
weaker
that
male.
one that isn't going to snitch
That's not
on
gonna
you.
snitch.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
hunt
that's
for the
not
one that
true.
you know that's not gonna tell.
But that's not true.
An
So
alpha
y'all
male's not going to
just like fuck it by luck, or y'all pressing dudes like on some like
No,
you better not
no.
tell.
Have y'all ever seen what you call it before? Y'all ever seen Bigger? It's a show on BET Plus where she got a man or whatever, and he just proposed to her and everything, and she like him, but she don't like the sex, and then she kind of think he's slightly of a cornball, but he's safe. He adopted. He got all this other shit going on. She meets this big, but she meets this big dick nigga in the club, takes him home, and ends up fucking with him. Then she continues to fuck with him, and continues to fuck with him, and then she's like, "Look, I gotta tell you something. I'm engaged. We can't do this no more." He's like, "Oh, I'm the side nigga. That's cool."
Yeah,
He continues to fuck
because
him.
women know. Y'all know the motherfucker that's gonna
That
say
shit is funny. He literally ain't know. He's like,
Yo,
"I'm the side nigga."
Yo, I hate to say this shit. Ain't no nigga gonna just randomly just say, "I'm getting this pussy, and now I'm a star. I'm gonna do the Marvel
She didn't prey on him. What I'm saying is she didn't prey on him. She took him home one night, she did it, and then she started feeling guilty
She
about
looking
it.
for the big dick, so she did pray for something.
Yeah.
She found what she was looking for.
To piggyback on your point,
She
right?
filled the void.
You said the show's called Bigger?
It's called Bigger.
So what's the show that everybody watching? Oh, Manifest?
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
just started last
Right.
night.
Me too. I'm only like episode 2.
I know, I've seen it all.
I ain't gonna ruin
I
it.
started 3 weeks ago.
But boom, so 5 years later, come home,
Yes.
wife, you got a whole new
Yep.
nigga,
Yeah.
but I'm your husband. So when you put it in that perspective, it's like, damn, like, can you really be mad at her?
Right.
But it just goes to show, like, but she ain't tell him off rip, like, yo, I got me a little. For me, she tried to like kind of like keep it on the low at first.
I think she was still in shock though. Like you somebody not being around, and then they come out the fuck out of nowhere. Like after 5 years. Like for me, I don't know. When I was watching the show, I was just like, damn, that bitch couldn't have waited 6 years.
Could've waited. Like, damn.
You gonna wait 6 years?
Hell no.
That part is crazy.
Women
not,
were
but
sure
she
enough
could've
have to
waited.
have. They got to have that void
She's married.
filled.
I ain't.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's just something about women. Women know that they gotta have that void filled. With men, you know, obviously us filling the void is on some like it's most of the time on some bullshit. You know, I think that sure enough men, like if men are missing something at home, you know, it's way different from the way women are because we logical with it. We not emotional. Yeah, so you know, it is a way different thing. Most of the time when you ask men, you know, why they went out and cheated, it's probably, you know, real simple shit.
Some dumb shit.
Some dumb shit.
She threw it at me.
It's very rare that's major shit.
I don't think that it's. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think that it's always your fault because some men are popular or look really good and women attract to them. And I think that there's a difference between a man that goes out and seek to cheat versus a man that is like, damn, these bitches throwing this pussy at me. What am I gonna do about this? And then they give in. And I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen on both sides. I've seen it being like it was being thrown. And it's only so much temptation that y'all actually can resist and say no to, especially if they throwing it on heavy.
That's
you know,
facts.
I think that's the only difference. So that's not necessarily your fault. Your flesh was weak.
Most of the
And you
time,
couldn't resist temptation.
for men, what is it though that's actually bringing the woman's attention? Because most of the time it's either fame
Looks.
or money.
Looks,
It's
yeah.
very rarely the looks. Because obviously, anybody that's getting it off looks, that means that you probably are famous.
Not
and people are
necessarily.
seeing
You be Instagram famous, which is not famous.
Exactly.
That's not
even,
famous.
But even Instagram famous, you still getting exposure. Instagram,
But you can look so good
Instagram, you know
and
what?
be getting- just be
Instagram
drugging
made
bitches
me
and be
live
broke.
to a bitch in Australia. There's a bitch in Australia that like me. She'd have never seen me before Instagram. She knew who the fuck. Yo, the motherfuckers in my neighborhood was the only ones that knew me, and other neighborhoods I went to. But now that still is a level of actually bringing your status up. Cause I ain't even gonna lie, I seen an Instagram baddie that's well known, she's in the hood. She's regular. I seen a dude, you know, go off in a barbershop. I'm seeing her. This female is the most brokest bitch in the world. But that Instagram had him thinking,
good on Instagram.
no.
He was looking for a trophy.
She's holding fucking shit in the safe, like photos in the safe from a vacation. Different outfits to stretch her until the next vacation. And it's like, yo, my man is literally like, oh my God, oh shit.
Y'all, but y'all thirst trap too. Y'all want to post pictures with your fucking gray sweatpants on in the gym and shit.
Can I say
pumping
this?
shit.
Yo, Instagram is fake though.
Like,
But yo, the other day when I said that shit, did y'all say that shit was bullshit?
What?
You said there ain't no man thirst trap with the sweatpants. Y'all said that shit.
No, I
Obviously now that shit is.
Niggas be
Them
doing
girls,
that.
bro, they like what they like, bro.
Niggas work out in their boxes and shit.
Come on, we
Instagram like that. So, we're not getting aroused.
Just for attention, nigga. Like,
Well, look, this is what I was gonna say. Like, I consider myself a fair person. So how you talking about cheating and cheat first or cheat better or whoever get caught? You're not about to forgive him 7 times, but you understand that, you know, temptation. Me personally, I blame Steve Harvey, bro. Like I feel like yeah, do what y'all do, all that cool. But it's like I feel like women wasn't wilding until Steve Harvey told them. Go ahead, go ahead. I feel like y'all took it to a whole nother level.
You gotta blame Kevin Hart because bitches wasn't reading that book.
All right. They made the
came
movie.
out and shit got real, but like
Either
that
way,
book had
bro.
came out years before and women hadn't read it yet. It was when the movie came back and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" And then they went backwards and started reading that damn book.
Yo, the one thing I've been listening to Steve Harvey since he got put on with an actual radio show. I think he just gave a lot of game, but it was how the game was coming. Because the one thing that I know, I like obviously in one of his chapters of his book and shit that I heard him talk about for years, the fishing for sport and fishing for keeps. Women got that game fucked up. Because now, guess what? There's some motherfucker that pull you on the boat. You need to be like, yo, dude, you sexy for 2 weeks, yo. Throw me back in the water. Because you are not the motherfucker I need to be with. And I think a lot of women done fucked that part of the game up. And that's how you got the ain't shit baby daddy. You got the dude that took advantage of you, all types of shit. The dude that cheated on you out crazy. Sometimes I think that he may have made shit a little lit, but he kicked a lot of game that was like it didn't have set roads. Like that shit was I-95, but he ain't tell you about none of the other interstates.
Right.
So you could have went any other fucking which way and you was lost. You just thought you only had one way to go.
Yeah.
And I think he left a lot of shit, you know,
Not for nothing, bro.
uncharted.
Even in the title, it says "think like a man," but you can never be a man.
Yeah,
so it's like, how you gonna think like? What does that mean?
Because if you're thinking like a man, obviously, if women are putting us out there saying that, you know, some of these things that we've been doing over years, how you gonna start doing that?
Exactly.
I don't think that
you hypocritical now.
I think the title itself may have just been a little bit off, but the book was to think us to think ahead of men, not to think like a man, but to be a step ahead.
Nah, that's
of
women.
men.
That's women always taking it extra.
But no, even think about all the scenarios they even showcased in the movie. The woman was a step ahead. That's really what it was in every situation. They were a step ahead, like, but they wasn't doing nothing out of the ordinary. You know, like they literally was just being like, let me do this so that he does this. It was literally just being a step
I'm
ahead.
talking
But we
about
wasn't
the
thinking
whole
like a man.
mentality itself. You just said I'm gonna cheat first, so I'm gonna do it because this is y'all moving like men now.
No, we don't cheat first.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all do something to us that make us want to
No,
cheat.
women are moving like men now. Let me get a plug of my book real quick. Dating is a Gamble on Amazon.
It's on
Obviously,
Amazon right
you know,
now.
it's 5 stars. Shout that out, you know.
Okay.
But, you know, I feel that a lot of women are actually moving like men, and I think that, you know, before we should have been studying y'all studying us. Y'all seeing how we fucking move all these years, and now you're like, yo, fuck
Men
it.
are from
There's a
Mars,
lot of women
men
that's
are
like,
from
yo.
Venus. That came out
Yeah.
in the early 90s.
Yeah, but you know, I don't think women wasn't comprehending what the fuck they was reading. Because guess what, y'all should have been up on us a long time.
I personally think it's gonna probably sound crazy, but I feel like if all the women in the world, instead of acting like men and doing this shit, all y'all just decided like, yo, I'm not giving the pussy up no more. Y'all wildin'. I guarantee you, every nigga will be on their best behavior.
Bro, wait,
all act much better.
Whoa. But the one thing you're not figuring out, have you ever looked at the world population fucking numbers? Yo, in all non-third world countries, they're as short as us. We actually are the motherfucking value.
Right.
For us, they said the numbers is past 7
But
now.
even like
It's 12 of them for us.
So
So even if you do,
flavors,
you know, even if you do actually break that down and say, yo, fuck it. All right, they do that. Where the fuck life going at? Remember, they gotta have the seed
This is true.
from the farmer first.
This is true.
And there's a lot of women that's gonna be like, you know, like it's kind of like what's Janelle Monáe when she was like, yo, we should hold out on giving men pussy. You know what I mean? Women was like, bitch, fuck you. Hold up. I'm mad at him, but my pussy not.
This is true.
So that shit is never gonna work. And you know,
But I think that, like the relationship expert said that the last episode, that men, there's only two things that men want, and that's more sex and less arguments. So if we were retaining the vagina and not arguing, y'all would be on your
yo,
business.
y'all like that's where y'all are the first 48. When y'all all get in the motherfucking room, there's gonna be some snitches in there. There's gonna be some, yo, we out here, we giving up this pussy. Fuck these bitches.
Wait, didn't that happen? I mean, granted, I'm gonna throw it out there. It was an awful movie. It was awful.
What?
The fucking thing that Spike Lee tried to do with Chicago, I resent whatever the fuck he had
Chirac.
going on. That shit was terrible. Chirac was terrible, but that was the goal. Like, we just gonna stop giving these niggas pussy, and then they're gonna stop gang fighting, and they're gonna stop killing people.
They gonna fight more. That shit is jail. That shit is jail now.
That shit was trash. It was
Now
trash.
I'm mad.
So the concept is take the pussy away to stop the gang violence. Good concept.
Honestly,
Good concept.
Honestly, you know
Is it
what?
gonna
The
work?
one thing
Probably
y'all
not.
women got? The more y'all give up pussy, why would a motherfucker be on the block shooting another motherfucker? If I gotta go, that motherfucker, why I'm arguing with you? I got some pussy to go get. Fuck you. Like, and then keep it moving. And then you know what? I got some pussy to go get too. Fuck that. I ain't shooting him. Yo,
It's
women.
y'all pride.
Yo.
It's the pride, the respect, the street cred. It's all of that shit that makes you continue to do that shit.
But and here goes the thing. If you look at a lot of dramas in every city neighborhood, ask how many of them shit started over women. Look at through history. Most wars have started over pussy. Sex is the number one controller, and it's pussy that's controlling it. Y'all are in control of the sex.
Power of the
We are in
people,
control
that's
of the commitments
It
in
wasn't
the
Every
worse.
relationship.
motherfucker in the world gets flocked.
That's it.
I know Jay-Z.
You know, motherfuckers didn't sell drugs to supply a person to give them the fucking relief that they needed. They sold drugs so they get this money and look good for the women that was out there.
That's
You
what I
heard
gotta
Jay-Z?
think
Motherfuckers don't rap because they
bitches love
nice.
fresh lines.
Motherfuckers really rap because, yo, what Biggie said? All I want is bitches, big booty bitches. You heard Jay-Z? He said, yo, all the wavy, light-skinned girls is loving me now. You ain't had that before. And we already know that that's what brings it to you. Like, that's why I say, even on the worst, craziest side of the game, like, in the drug game, we've seen how it has turned certain communities into something crazy. But look at how many young boys that was talking about they was hustling drugs and they was being pedophiled on because they had money. I was 14 years old getting pussy from 30-year-olds. And there was a lot of women pedophiling on niggas in these games because it's money. And trust me, a motherfucker ain't doing that shit.
You're my son. How are you gonna get? I'm getting money from my son. I'm 30, fucking a 14-year-old.
Men, fame and fucking fortune makes us fucking valuable. Fame and fortune. Women, y'all step outside in the right dress. Yo, let's be honest. How many women know that they shopping on Fashion Nova to get that motherfucking them leggings that's gonna make that ass fat?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Get that rainbow. To look good. And then that's all they need.
Niggas said, I wish they had a Fashion Nova store.
Yo, getting back to that
I would
that
never.
whack ass Spike Lee
Rainbow?
movie, right?
Never. I would never. A Fashion Nova, a Rainbow, a never.
And it's a separation.
What's wrong with Fashion Nova?
You
She's the
want-
fashion.
I don't even go down that road with these niggas, alright?
But let your man
We
go
gotta
with
go there.
shop.
It's a never.
Fashion Nova's no good. She's a fan.
They
She's
still
a
provide
black
designers
designer.
and they have kids
Okay.
working in their sweatshops and they don't even pay minimum wage.
So
No.
now you did.
It's getting political.
So
No.
go ahead, rock with
Well, I was
your.
gonna say, there was another Spike Lee show that was on Netflix.
She's gotta have it.
Yeah, wait, what's her name? Nola, right?
Nola is
How
my
you
spirit
feel?
animal.
How you feel about a Nola?
That is my spirit animal. Honey, I can have
That's what
all
I'm
three
saying.
of
Like,
them.
all right, now if we being fair, like I
Big
said before, I'm fair. Like big fur, whatever. She do her thing. She got these niggas. So it's like I root for her, I respect it. But now as a man, it's like, oh, you moving
She don't
spicy.
believe in monogamy, so she's not lying to nobody else. She was transparent in
From the
every
jump.
relationship. I don't believe
But
in
it's like, how
monogamy.
do you get there?
Don't believe in monogamy. I think it comes from
Many
Okay,
different
trauma.
places.
It could come from trauma.
Yeah.
It could come from hurt. It could come from not having a father in your household.
Or
It could come
either-
from she was a creative spirit, and I think that in the creative space and in the artistic space, we are so open-minded and outgoing that we don't necessarily feel like we have to be with one.
She changed like every
Okay.
week.
Another
She
real
could
thing.
feel something,
she's
and the
an
following
artist,
week
like,
just want something
and I think
else.
that artist mentality is different from like that
It's so
corporate
diverse,
professional.
yes.
Like it's just like I'm so open to seeing the world in a different space. I see art subjectively. I see the world subjectively. I'm gonna see my relationship in a subjective place too. So relationship wise, it's just like I want Mars because he's funny. I want the other dude because he's stable and he helped me pay my bills. The other one fucks me like a jackrabbit and he's good looking. Like
And she
they
had
all.
shorty on the
And she had short, I like women because she knew how to please me. But she had 4 different people giving her everything that she needed in one place.
Yeah, exactly. Because here goes the thing. Women,
Toxic, but
you
And
know,
then
Toxic,
how do
but-
these men
But
feel?
transparent.
It's
They
not
all
about
do though.
them.
They all
That's what I'm saying.
do.
How is
They
that
was at
about them?
Thanksgiving dinner dancing.
That's what I'm saying.
Was
That's what
they
I'm
not
saying.
at Thanksgiving dinner
If I
dancing with
want you
her?
though, if I want you, oh
Bro,
my
that's the-
goodness.
They was at
That's what
Thanksgiving
you
dinner
get
dancing
fucked
with
up.
her.
It's she already told you. Now you getting feelings and you want her.
You about to spike
But
you?
guess what?
So-
This-
Spike
now
you about to spike
you
you?
can't.
it's
You
not.
can't be on that wave, bro. Because the woman already told you what it is. So now,
But
this
I
is the
did
one thing I'm gonna
before.
say that's
I put it in
another
the-
thing that's a major thing. Yo, every woman says that they wish they had their daddy. They wish they had their daddy to put them up on game, right? Or either they wish their daddy did put them up on game. But now,
That's enough.
when men put women up on game, now let's say if the women actually reform the game in the same way the males is actually reforming it. Let's say if the daddy puts the daughter on how dudes move, and then she says, "I'm gonna move like the dudes." Then
I think it depends on the man. So, Brown, I'm gonna have you tap in there. I think it depends on the man. Some men can handle the whole polygamy thing, and it's beneficial to them. But you gotta think about polygamy is not just one-sided for men. It's for women too. So, do you feel like it takes a certain caliber of man to be able to be okay with something like that, or a man that is? I honestly think, in my opinion, people who do polygamy. Nobody can satisfy them. Whereas, like, there are some people, like, I do think that one person can satisfy all of my needs, you know, and then I think you may feel the same way. It is, I think there is, but that's also connecting to who you are and also finding your soulmate. There is one person that probably can
I'm
satisfy
gonna
your
let you
needs.
answer that.
But I want him to talk, like, how do you feel about polygamy versus finding a soulmate?
I mean, but like, I just feel it depends on where you at mentally, and like, and it depends on what you're going through at the moment. 'Cause, you know, like, there's some people that could just be satisfied with having just that one person. Like, that one person could satisfy all their needs, but there's some guys that just want more. Like, and from like, I say this because like I speak to some guys, you know what I mean, and they say, listen, like, you know, I'm good with my lady, but listen, like, I need more, you know, like, and it's crazy because sometimes men don't really have a reason why they need more. They just
Can they just ask their woman to give them that more?
But you know what? But like, for some men, it's like, matter of fact, like, all right, boom. Let's take Nick Cannon, cause like he going around right now, like Nick Cannon.
He just
Like,
letting it
I'm
fly.
trying to say like, and
Like he about to die. He having kids like he about to die.
That's what he said. though.
Right.
He said he dying, so he trying to, you know.
He dying?
Yeah, he been sick for it. He been sick
Yeah,
forever.
like,
He got sickness.
He got lupus. He got lupus.
Yeah,
Lupus.
sure.
Lupus.
And so he did
Oh.
an interview saying a few years back.
We had
like,
somebody die from lupus.
I'm
I never heard of
they
that.
really do.
It can happen.
Niggas
Shorty
would not
from-
be die from
Shorty
lupus.
from
When you done, I want you
Top
to
model.
tag me in. Tag me in. Tag me in.
Go ahead,
'Cause you
bro.
know.
No, but yeah, no, but like, I'm just saying, like, I just feel like in some cases, like, you know, some people feel it's a man's natural instinct to always be out there on the hunt, on the crowd, so they just naturally need more. You know what I mean? But on the other side, like, I do know guys that listen, you know what, I'm satisfied with my one woman, she does everything I need, so I just think it just depends on your mental.
It doesn't take too much energy.
Can I
to
talk-
ask
I'm about to
everybody
say,
on
no,
that,
I'm
but
about
it
to
doesn't take too
say,
much energy to try to do a
that's what I'm
whole
about
bunch
to
of
say.
women. They don't want you just want to be with
So,
one, and if you
you ready?
need more from her,
It's
ask
dying.
her.
Wait, you ready?
he's
You ready? You ready to tag me in?
Go ahead, Scorn.
Come on, hold on.
I don't know how to
Come
do
on,
it.
I'm about to take you on a lesson, take you on a ride. So now, we've been in polygamy relationships in the black community longer than we've been in monogamous
Go
relationships.
type the door.
4%.
So, you know, I'm like
Oh wait, I'm not.
in
Another battery if you want.
Africa, before we was actually at that level. Let's also remember, yo, this started because it was mainly
It's fine,
we
Mimi.
was in war situations.
Mimi,
Your man go, you know, yo,
I charged it.
Oh,
your man go to
I
war.
didn't want to touch you.
You know, my man go to war. Boom, your man died. It was supposed to be. So now you cling on to this family, and now that man is responsible for raising your family because
That's in the Hebrew culture.
But
That happens all
all
the
right,
time.
but like I said, it came from. the
Yeah,
con-
but
the
now, but
context.
yeah, it becomes.
But now, but wait,
Hebrew
before we even go there, that was what it was done for first, and we've been doing that. So now, also, if now they're saying that it's because of the situation that there is more women than there are men. So now, if you're already being cheated on, and you're already kind of voluntarily in this situation, whether you like it or not, that's what brings it to the table, especially if we already know that everybody can't have that one dude. Now, here goes the thing. I'm gonna be honest about myself. First of all, I don't got enough dick. I ain't got. Listen here, I'll fuck you. I'm going to sleep. Going to sleep. I'm not going nowhere else in another part. The West Wing go fuck another bitch. So now, here goes another thing. I don't know about other men in here. Yo, if you got to hear about one woman's day, and then you got to hear about another woman's day, nah, that shit don't work. That's why the cheating happens the way it happens, because guess what? Most likely with the side chick, you don't got to hear all that shit. Or the other chicks, you don't got to hear all that shit. Everybody getting less of you anyway. So that's why it works. But now remember, when you at that level, everybody got to get the same level.
Now, what
And
if you?
we
Now,
all
I
got to be
want
together.
to shift gears on topic. Now, what if the side chick now becomes the main one? Can you trust her?
Hell no.
You know what? I got a theory
Let's
on that. So I'm not too sure, but you know what's the main thing about the side chick becoming the main chick? When is this bitch gonna say, yo, my motherfucking position is open now? Cause you was the side chick. Who the fuck? Now I'm the main chick. Who the fuck gonna fill in my blanket?
This is where I get confused, because what's the difference between polygamy and just being single?
Because remember, in polygamy, you got to actually give commitment to that.
Well,
person.
I'm not about to commit to you if
No,
I'm outside.
But in polygamy, you gotta commit. That's your number one thing, because you here to say, yo, you fucking with me, and now I'm here to take care of you, and you gonna come on to this party, and you gonna bring whatever you got to the table, and then we gonna be a big conglomerate.
And everybody got time for that.
But like,
Exactly. But that's why I say I don't got time for that.
But it might be somebody that you really feel. Cause the whole point of doing the commitment thing in polygamy is to get that person to at least commit to you in a certain way, whether it is emotionally, physically, or something like that. So it's just like you may be infatuated. Some people are infatuous. I've been in an infatuous relationship, but it's like you can't get enough of that person. Doesn't necessarily mean you're in a relationship with them, but it's just like you can't get enough of their mind or their sexual or whatever like that, but they don't have the complete package of what you need. But you like where they commit to you on a certain level, and that's kind of, I think, like the point of like the
So
polygamy
then does
thing.
that cancel out like marriage and all of that in the long run?
No, because polygamy
You gotta
is
marry all of
commitment.
them.
It's just commitment in different sectors. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta marry all of them. Bro.
No, you don't.
So I mean, well, it has to be a dedication.
Because you with somebody, but she might be with two other people, and then that person with two other people. That's the thing.
But that's what that's what I'm saying.
That's a whole bunch of
being
conflict,
single.
but they all are, but they all live in the house together. So they're
Exactly. So that means you have to take care of all of them technically, in some way, shape, or form, and they all there because of you.
I'm gonna tell you
But
right
you-
now, I put it on record, that is not for me.
Exactly. Bad.
What, you ain't got no
So-
dick like him?
No, I got enough dick, but I don't got enough energy.
No,
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So that's going. That shit gonna burn them out eventually.
Money,
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna burn you out.
You feel me? Like it's I'm people already drain my energy because I'm for me full of life. But it's like I don't got too many women. Like no
So-
shade to y'all, but
so
So y'all
on that
find
note-
a woman that got everything.
so on that
Yes,
note-
checks all the
please.
boxes.
please.
So on
Or
that
just
note-
be single.
We gonna close out. I think y'all got enough knowledge, a lot of game today. So we gonna spin it around the same way we always do, pass it on to the main host that always kick it off. Let's do it.
It's your boy Reposado Rel, aka Leon Sanders, and you are now tuned into It's Fucking Political. To the left and to the right, I got my people in the room. Who next up? State your
I
name,
start
talk your
introducing
shit.
myself as Lanice because I am
Lanice.
no longer a scumbag or a toxic.
She lying, she's still
Question
toxic,
flat,
she's still
but man,
toxic.
flat
I'm
response,
Lanice.
man. Find me on Instagram. We here.
Alright, Tony Dre 605. That Dre is D-R-A-Y, the greatest content creator you ever met. Book on Amazon, Dating is a Gamble, 5 stars, and I'm passing it on to our guest. Let's do it.
Let's shake it, bro. It's your boy Hollywood Dice. I'm just happy to be here, and I can't wait to see what comes out with this. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Can you just drop your IG?
Drop your IG.
You can find me on the gram at Hollywood Dice. Feel me? This is everything. Facebook, Twitter.
He just
Hollywood
rolling the dice
Straight
today.
down. And that's us on the end. Let's close it out. Deuces.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the girl on the outro. It's political.